Alright, so we'll continue with the right side passenger airbag. Underneath the dash, you're going to unscrew these two screws that hold on the cover for the bottom of the dash. One on the right, one on the left. Again, it's hard to do with a camera in your hand and a screwdriver in the other. And then this foam backing just pulls out. There it is there. On the right side part of the dash, you're going to remove the air vent or the ductwork. There's one Phillips head screw that falls on the bottom of the floor of the car. And then we're going to go underneath the dash, and that'll allow you to see the airbag, the passenger side airbag. There's two bolts, and you just go ahead and remove those two long bolts. And here are the two bolts that were removed. And then the airbag simply pulls out. It's fairly heavy. And again, you want to make sure the battery is unplugged, or the negative side of the battery is disconnected for at least 15 minutes. And then you go ahead and pop the airbag connector off. There's a little wire restraint you want to remove as well. The wire is in that little restraint there. And that's the airbag removed. Once it's removed, you have access to remove the that ductwork there for the right side. And we're going to go on to removing the screws that hold in the dash. I think altogether I counted 20. So this is the front of the dashboard on the driver's side, left side, using a T20 Torx. Here's the first two. And again, put those in a little baggie on the side. And then the next two, it's really the only thing holding in the whole dash are these 1-inch screws. And that's one screw behind the airbag. These are the two screws in the that hold. It's a stereo bracket that holds the stereo in. That ground wire is just another customization I had, so that won't be in your car. So there's two screws here that allow you to remove the stereo bracket. And these screws are different than the others. They're a little longer. So put those aside to make sure they go back where they should and label them. Now on the left side, underneath the dash where the OBC2 plug is, there's 3 screws down there. One screw screws the dash in, and there's 2 other screws that hold the that plug to the dash. You remove those 3. They're all the same size. Move over to the right side of the dash, underneath the dashboard, and there's one screw there. and that's underneath the right side air vent. There's the one plug you need to disconnect for the thermometer on the right hand side, or temperature gauge. Now there's one hidden screw behind the airbag, way behind the airbag, that is easily missed, so make sure you find that one. So there's 2 screws in all behind the airbag. And then there's one other one hidden behind the 2 cubbies. So you want to pull those cubbies out, they just pop out with your removal tool, pry tool, easily removed. It's actually under the top one. There's that one screw back there. Now this, you need to remove the whole center console anyway, so remove that screw after you remove the center console. I did it backwards. So just so you know, you need to remove the center console first, and here I took the trim off the side of the console. This is on the right hand passenger side. Trim piece comes off, and there's one screw here. T20, these are all T20s. And then you have to remove the other trim piece, which is actually difficult to remove. Another one that sounds like everything's going to break, but the tabs don't break. It comes off a lot more difficult than what was shown there. And you have another screw here. And then you have the same on the opposite side on the driver's side. Now after you remove those 4 screws, the whole center console just slides forward, pulled out. Those orange tabs are where the screw holes are. Now you can see where the that other screw was that I removed, which is a lot easier to remove now with the center console pulled. Now up on top, take your pry tool and take the little sensor cover off. This is for the alarm system. And then with a small bit, get in there and remove 2 additional T20s. And then you'll remove another piece that I'm not showing. That piece is removed after removing 2. Now there's another sneaky third one in there that holds the dash in, and you have to pull that out as well, which I didn't show. Oh, maybe I will show it. Here I'm removing the visor. 2 T27s, I believe, and then 1 T20 on the inside there. Now you have to remove the visor because you have to move the trim pieces along the windshield, so you can remove the trim piece where the defroster vent is. I'm just putting the screws back so I know where they are when I replace everything. And then this is the column or the windshield trim piece. Just pops out with the trim tool, trim removal tool, and then you pop out the front. And there's a small little spring there on the side that I just showed you quickly. Now back to that center piece, that one extra screw there. Get in there with a bit and remove that last screw and unclip the connector. And then your whole dashboard just pulls forward. I snaked it around my stalks there on the driver's side. It's a little tricky. Some people remove the stalks. I opted not to. You just have to be very careful not to break them. You can get it through. And your dash is removed. That concludes dashboard removal, part 2. Thanks for watching.